Hey guys, it's Donna. How you doing? Shaman Queen 1111. How you all doing? Okay guys, listen. There's something that I would like to read to you that I have down here for you guys. Um, I'm going to put my spectacles on. I'm glad you guys like my new look. I like it myself. I like it myself. I like my hair being wavy down, and I feel like a little change sometimes is needed. We all need a little something, a little flair in our lives at times, right? I got to put my eye of Horus, my negative eye out, so this way I make sure no one's throwing any shade my way. Okay. No, actually, I don't need that. That's fine. Okay. I wanted to read this to you guys, okay? So, pay attention. Looking at your past can often be a good way to come to terms with our present emotions. Past experiences can be the root of present, okay, feelings, even though it may seem like we are subject to emotions and resentments that have no outward cause. Delving into our past and examining the significant events in your life can help you understand how you have come to be who you are today. Examining the source of your fears or anxieties can be the first step in releasing them and can also help you become more firmly grounded in the present. Your negative emotions may vanish today if you can look to the past to unearth the root of your feelings. I found that wasn't mine. I found that today. It popped up. And I felt like it resonated with a lot of people today on a lot of levels. I know it did with me. And usually when I feel something, somebody else feels it as well. So I wanted to talk about when we have negative emotions and we do not release them properly. People sometimes release them, purge them, upheavals. They go in different wavelengths. Sometimes people will storm around the house, slam doors, yell, and go outside, come back in. Some people will say nothing. They'll just be ignoring you. Some people will, be very agitated and take things out on everybody. Just seem like every little thing just seems to stir their pot. Some people will just completely, go into a very deep depression if they don't get their emotions out on the surface. It all depends on how you decide that you handle your emotions. For me, being a double Sag, okay, I have Sag as my main sign, and it also is my rising sign, okay, and moon. Okay, so I'm a double Sag, which can't hold back, wears their heart on their sleeve, will give you everything that they got, will have one piece of bread, and probably will take the crust and give you the rest, okay? Just because you wear everything you wear everything outwardly where everybody can see it. You are very transparent. I know for myself that I am very transparent. And that's why I think a lot of you that are not just my clients, but are clients that have come and I've developed a relationship with, which I'm really grateful for. Um, and I've got to spend some time, just talking, um, shooting the breeze during our readings afterwards and stuff, which to me, other people look at as time is money, money is time. But to me, it's like I want to help you in ways that I feel that maybe just being a part of your life, like you are with me, is a way of helping people in general. Like you're helping me as I'm helping you. Because maybe something I'm saying to you is actually something I need to hear and I've been avoiding. We never look at it like that. We never actually look at it as though maybe what I'm saying to you is a part of something within myself, and you're just a mirror reflection. I feel like people have a hard time looking at their mirror reflections because they don't want to think that they did anything wrong, or they don't want to think that, I don't know. I'll have to ponder on that one because I'm not just going to throw out something to you that I myself feel that could be my own feelings and emotions versus what I'm being channeled. But I feel that we reflect each other on a daily basis all the time. What you see in somebody is not what you like in yourself. And there is also a time when you see something and you know it's absolutely wrong, that's absolutely dead wrong, and you try to avoid it and hold back, and then you just explode. That's me. Like, I'll try, unless it has something to do with lying. I have a thing about lying. I'm a human lie detector. I am absolutely a human lie detector. I pick up on somebody lying immediately. Immediately. If I meet you and you're talking to me, I pick up whether or not I'll never speak to this person again. I know right from the beginning. Not my type of people, not my cup of tea. It's not judgmentalness. It's just I am not meant to circulate around you because you're not in my tribe, in my soul tribe group. So I know that I am not going to be flauntering myself around too much. If I have to deal with you, I will deal with you at a distance. I will not deal with you up close and personal. Not at all. They always say to me, you're a human lie detector. You pick up immediately. You hone in, boom, you know. Not that I'm going in anybody's energy. It's just that lying to me is the evil of what causes so many problems in people with relationships, marriages, family. People lying can destroy everything. If you would just come clean and tell the truth from the beginning, it's so much easier. Why go through the trouble of lying? Because when you lie, you have to continually lie. You have to remember what you lied previously about when you're going into the next conversation, because you just got finished lying about that. Now you're saying this, so then the person's going to say, well, you said that. Oh, no, I meant this. Lying drives me crazy. Makes me feel like in my own life, I've had a lot of people in my life that have lied, from family members to lovers, whether it be you married, so forth, that have been straight up liars. And you say, well, why didn't you see it? I did see it. I just tried to make things work. See, I don't give up. I don't give up on you unless you give me a reason to give up on you. I don't give up that easily. I fight for what I want, but if you continuously tell me lie after lie after lie, make up stories, and I understand that lying is also a disease. People are extremely have an extreme, like, they can't help that they lie. Some people believe their own lies. Some people lie just for the fun of it. Some people, you know, you know, pathological liars. That's a disease, like narcissistic, sociopath, all these things. They just believe it. Like when they say to you, I'm telling you the truth. I told you the truth for the last 2 months. Oh, well, holy glory be. 2 months out of 8 years. Wow, you told me it's truth. Let's ring the bell. Let's ring the bell that you've been so honest in 2 months out of 8 years. Well, God darn it. Let's throw a party that you're not lying. I that has to be one of the things that disturb me the most is lying. I don't know about you. I mean, yes, hurting my family members, my children, we can't even go there. Okay? We can't even go there because that is just like off limits. Okay? Hurting somebody that I love, hurting a family member, hurting my animals or animals. When I hear people hurting other children, bullying. Matter of fact, I'm going to be doing a super chat for bullying because I feel like we need to start banding together because I see so much bullying going on in the school systems because I have a child in 8th grade. That's my baby. That I refuse to sit back and let the school district sit there and allow bullying. And bullying, if you look it up, it's very, very straightforward. Okay, bullying is very straightforward what bullying means. And if you bring it to the school and you say that you're anti-bully school, okay, but here is what it says what bullying is, and this is what happens. Why aren't you guys doing anything about it? Well, we try to. We try to. Okay, so there are kids in school that are cutting themselves, kids in school that are taking drugs at a young age, kids in school that are absolutely depressed, kids in school committing suicide, kids in school that are future leaders, and we're not going to protect them. Hell fucking no. You better believe that I'm going to be on the forefront, okay? Because there's no way in God's green earth, okay, am I going to sit back and watch kids being bullied. Because kids that have ADHD or ADD, they shun them to the side, okay? It's like teachers don't want to deal with them. Well, if you had a program set up and you had maybe more counselor type people, settings, environments for kids to go and talk and get their feelings out, because you do not know what a kid goes through at home or what they're dealing with. And when they go to school and then they're being bullied on top of being bullied at home, you wonder why kids go to school sometimes and you hear about these shootings, because what are they dealing with at home? What are they dealing with in society? I know this is a total rant of what I'm supposed to be doing my read on, but this is a passionate situation, and I hope you guys band together with me. I would like everybody who can comment on my page today about anti-bullying in school. These children are our future leaders. If we don't band together and start making it known out there more and more that we're not going to tolerate this anymore, utilize social media for anti-bullying or abuse that's going on. Utilize it for good. Don't worry about like these other things that are secondary. Let's talk about our children today, our future leaders. We need to be able to back them up. They, they watch us. They lead by example. If you're going to sit there and not stand up with them, they're going to feel that they're alone and they're going through this. I understand parents work. I understand parents are sidetracked with illnesses, going through divorces, going through relationship issues, going through their own mental emotional battles. I understand that. I get that. I'm not pointing fingers at anybody. All I'm saying, if you can hear me and you agree with me, let's band together and get this bullying shit stopped. I know that Melania Trump has the be best, okay, about bullying, but there are too many kids that are not being taken care of. Bullying, for example, what I feel, if you bully, you should have a fine. First time offense, a fine. $500. Up the ante, $1,000. You want to see how it stops? Not a detention, not a suspension. I'm talking about sixth grade, fourth grade. I'm talking about fifth grade. I'm talking about seventh grade, eighth grade. I'm talking about younger grades are getting bullied. The bully's starting at a younger age now. It's no longer just high school. It's starting at a younger age. I feel like, you know what? Slap their asses, their parents, with fines. Okay? So this way maybe they can talk to their children and say, listen, Peter, okay, look what you did. Now we have to pay a fine. You want to see if that kid bullies again? Or make them do community service. Make them have to help with the handicapped children or the autistic children in the classroom. Make them have to serve so many hours to having to do that. Or maybe have them go to a soup kitchen or go to church and hand out things at places to people that need them. Make them be accountable for their bullying. If we don't stop it now, it's just going to get worse. You see all the shootings going on randomly in school. Where do you think it comes from? Honestly, I'm asking. Where do you think it comes from? Parents neglect, maybe not being aware of what your child is doing when they're locking themselves in a room all from the time that they get home until the time they go to bed. Not talking with your children, not making any time to see what they're going through. People snap when they feel that they are not important and they have a chemical imbalance. I would know if my child had a chemical imbalance or something going on. You better bet your sweet ass they would be going to a therapist, a psychiatrist, whatever we need to do to get them on a good level. I'd be going to my neuro practitioner, naturopathic practitioner. We'd be doing things to find ways to get my child balanced, okay? Whatever it needs, whatever the means are. I feel that we avoid certain things. Going back to the lie detector tests, there was a bullying situation that I know very closely about, and they did nothing about it. The principal said, "We will shut it down," but they didn't shut it down fast enough. And what happened was this child went into an extreme panic, anxiety, and wound up having, on top of it, all other things going on in their life that just escalated this child to a place of complete mere crazy, not even craziness, like it was things going on with the child that nobody knew about until like in the last period of time. And then when this happened, the bullying brought up a specific content that pertained to this child, made this child absolutely not good. And the principal was notified early on, and the principal didn't do what the principal should have done, was immediately, I know for a fact that that parent contacted immediately, like that night, when that child came home that night, that parent contacted and wrote an email to the principal So the next day, the principal could get on that. The principal's response was, well, the way I normally handle it usually shuts it down, but every case is different, sweetheart. Every case is different. If you know that something happened, do you think the perpetrators are going to say, oh, yes, I did bully? Did you, as the principal, interview other people that were around to find out if it did really happen? No, you did not. Did you take action immediately? No, you did not. This child wound up coming out of school for about 2 months before the end of school was out because they could not handle any more pressure than they were already under from other circumstances. So the child that was bullied had to pay the consequences because had to be taken out of the environment that they were already in. And they were a really good student, had really good citizenship, never gave a problem, an awesome athletic person, played a lot of sports. This child was penalized because the principal made a mistake. Yeah, true story. The principal figured the way I handled it previously with other circumstances, I can handle this one the same way. That every child that we raise, do we raise them the same way? I know for me, I have three children that are raised completely different. One, I didn't have to do a lot with. Two, I had to do a lot with. Three, it was a combination of the first one and the second one. Each of them had to be handled in their own way. So how do you handle a student in the same way that you handle every student and expect the same results? Just because it happened to work out on a few other people doesn't mean it's going to happen for that child. Sad story, really sad story, because I feel like the school's responsible throughout the whole day for your children. Let's just say 8 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. The school's responsible for your children. Anything that goes on in there, you should be notified about if it's something going on. If something happens on their time and dime, they are responsible on how they find themselves taking care of the situation at hand. So it was anti-bullying is a big thing for me. I wasn't bullied as a child in school. Fortunately, I was able to get along with most people, and I was a funny kid, and I was able to, through my years, get along with, in my era, in my day, most everybody. You know, some people I'm sure didn't like me, maybe some did, but we never had huge discussions about it like they do today. Today is like a big thing. So I guess what I'm saying is that if you know of anybody that has a child or your child is being bullied or you feel your school is not doing what they need to be doing, or start writing. Start writing to the Board of Education, start writing to the White House, start making steps forward to get the bullying stopped. Somehow, like I said, if you slap $1,000 fine or a $500 fine on the parents for the bullying, I guarantee you that's going to stop, because the parent is not going to want to keep paying that kind of money, okay? And that child is going to be reprimanded. Let's hope that the parent doesn't, go ballistic and, go crazy on the child. Hopefully that, they will explain, or make the child make courses that they have to take. Maybe Billy will have to take a course in school now, after school, instead of suspension or detention, which is bullshit, because all they do is sit in there and they play, and they don't even care that they're there. But maybe if they had to sit in a class for 40 minutes and go over about bullying and what it does to people and what it can do to people, and it can lead to suicide, and it can lead to so many horrific things, maybe the child that was bullying will understand that it wasn't funny, it's not cute, and maybe you'll find out maybe that child is being bullied at home, and maybe you can do something about it. As a teacher, or a proactive, you know, um, assistant teacher, or somebody in there that's giving a course that you have to take. Say it's a 7-week course on bullying. If you do something like that, kids can get hurt and kids can be mean, and we all know that. Especially if you have kids or grandchildren, or you have, nieces or nephews or cousins, it can get very hurtful, and it can cause a lot of damage up the road. And like I said, these are our future children, that are going to be paving the way in the future. You don't want them damaged before they even get there. And their low self-esteem, you want them to feel that if somebody does something to me, that I can speak up about it, and I can, go forward. And I know this child did go forward, and this child did tell the principal, and I believe the social worker and the guidance counselor, and I believe the child did go forward and tell other people there, and they didn't do anything really truly about it, except the child got taken out of the school that was being bullied and got homebound for that period of time, where a teacher came to the home because the child was too afraid to go back to school, because the child felt like, well, if the principal's not going to protect me, and the social worker's not going to protect me, and nobody's going to protect me, I go back into school, I go there, and it happens again, and this time it's worse. The child's going to feel scared. They're going to have anxiety. They're going to have all these things going on. You can't blame the child, can you? I mean, we as adults going into work, and somebody's sitting there constantly tantalizing you and constantly picking at you, or your boss is doing it, you have a mouth so you can go back at it. But sometimes children don't go back, at that person, because they're afraid that they're going to look silly. People will laugh at them. Kids are very impressionable, depending on the child too. The child could be very meek, mild. Maybe is not a fighter. Maybe is more of a peacemaker. Maybe, a kind heart, compassionate, and doesn't know how to. So I hope that you guys will come on my live, and we band together on bullying, anti-bullying for children. And believe me, I'm the type of person, I already hit up at the real Trump okay, on Instagram. I already hit up at the real Trump about it. And I already wrote a letter to Melania Trump, who is the best for anti-bullying, because I didn't feel it was okay for that child. And if there's anything that I can do with my gifts and my abilities and my know-how, I felt like I'm going to do whatever I can to help, because I don't want to see anybody's child be bullied. And I don't want to hear of a death of anybody's child because they didn't know what else to do and they were that hurt and depressed and someone missed it. So anyway, it's not a very upbeat, but it's important. So I hope you guys hear me. I hope that when I do my live, I'll put a video up probably like the day before about anti-bullying in school for children, because I'm going to utilize my social media for lots of different things, not only relationships and love and what's going on with the energy and everything. I'm going to utilize it for all sorts of people in the world, especially for children. I'm a strong, strong advocate of children, especially crystal children that have been brought into this world to shake and break the system. And I'm going to be behind them. You better believe I will be behind them, backing them up all the way, no matter what it takes. I'll be there. And I hope you will too. I hope you will too. Because I'm sure you have children. I'm sure you have grandchildren. I'm sure you have nieces, nephews. I'm sure you have friends, children's, cousins. Like, how can we make a change if we don't start doing something about it? If we really don't start making a huge, like, rocking the boat. I mean, sure, we can have these different places to call and say, but I feel like use your social media for anti-bullying. Let's get this shit taken care of. Let's make it stop. And if the children that have the problem that are bullying are being abused or something at home, or they're not getting the right type of upbringing, I suppose, then you're looking at the parents and you're saying, like, maybe you need to get on board with your child and know what they're doing. That's what I would do. But everybody's not me, and I'm not everybody else. I can't expect everybody to think the same way. Correct? Correctamundo. All right, guys. Well, I guess this is about bullying. I started off with being the human lie detector, and I wound up having a session on anti-bullying. So I hope you guys will join me with my live or my super chat, and hopefully we can do something about it, because we are light workers and we are light warriors, and we ain't going to take this shit from nobody. We're going to help these kids, these crystal children, rise above, because that's what we do, and that's what we're here for. God bless. See you soon. Over and out. Thank you for landing on my channel, and I hope you come back. I hope you get a little bit more of me if you want, because I'm not going anywhere. Namaste, my friends. Ride this energy equinox out at midnight tonight, because it is going to be upheaving everything. Love you guys. Bye.